Hey, what's up guys? Gummy here. Today we're going to taste test Gomtang Korean style noodle beef flavor by Paldo. I haven't quite seen a ramen container this color before, so I'm really interested to see what's inside. Here on the front of the container we see it says Korean style noodles with soup base, Gomtang beef flavor. I'd imagine this is the same thing in both Chinese and Korean. This stamped front of this, it's like, I don't know, for some reason it reminds me of like something from the military in the 80s. You could see this these beef pieces sitting on top of broth and noodles with some like I can't really tell what that is. It's like some chili pepper, maybe some white onion pieces, and some sort of green vegetable. On this side, it has like the ingredients. It says flakes, dried green onion, and that's it. So even though you see a few different things there, according to the outside of the package, we should only be seeing this green onion here. The cooking directions state: 1, open lid halfway; 2, add soup base and boiling water to marked line; 3, close lid and leave on for 3 minutes; 4, stir well and enjoy. Here's the top of the container, and basically looks like the front. So this texture leads me to believe that this lid is like foil lined. The cool thing about that is like this tab here is actually going to stay put when you crimp it over the edge, and you've got your boiling water in here. And that's a very nice touch, because sometimes these lids can be like really flimsy paper, so I really appreciate that. We'll crack it open right quick and see what we're working with. So here's our soup base packet here. It says Gomtang noodles, and then Korean writing. So that's kind of cool. We actually have some English on this one. I know on their clean spicy packet, spice packet, they don't have like any English that I remember. And then it's, so below there it just says beef flavor with vegetables. It's basically like a really light tan color. You can see some of the pepper in there, and when I smelled it, I could smell a ton of garlic. This is going to be so awesome. So in here we can see our fill line right there in front of my finger, and then a ton of green onions down here at the bottom. We'll pour in our soup base now, and then pour in our boiling hot water up to the fill line, and we'll crimp the lid over, and that should hold, but just in case, we'll set our trusty little pin there. Alright, so now that our noodles are good to go, take our pin off. A nice tan colored broth. Noodles come out as a clump, and just as the side says, we've just got green onion everywhere. So here's our noodles. You know, it seems pretty basic. There's like some tan broth in here, as you can see, you know, and then just tons of like green onion. So it's pretty basic, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad thing. Like, you know, fried chicken's really basic, but it's like one of the best things ever. You know, it's just breading and on top of chicken and dropped in grease, and that's it. You don't even really need any spices. So, I mean, it's not that I'm like expecting this to not be good or anything. It's just that, you know, I think that this is going to be like one of those more like simple flavors. Also, on the front of the container for this Gomtang noodles, it states that they're Korean style noodles, and just by appearance, like, they don't really look any different from the Coco Men clean and spicy flavor noodle by Paldo as well, which those just are described as instant noodles on the front. But it'll be interesting to bite into these and see, you know, if they're any different. This is actually like more faint of a smell than even the Coco Men flavor. It's slightly beef flavored. The Coco Men is like slightly chicken flavored, but not that much different, honestly. The only difference is that it's not spicy, I think, for the most part. So this flavor is like not really anything. I'm not really getting much beef. Like if I didn't have the expectation that this is supposed to taste like beef, I would still think this is a good ramen. It tastes like a really fresh flavor because of all the onion. It's like very dominant. I think I can taste some of the pepper in it, honestly, the black pepper. I can see the black pepper flakes in here that were in the seasoning packet. So really you're gonna get onion, some garlic, some black pepper, some salt. Not really that intense of a beef flavor. It's like barely identifiable. I think if I didn't read that it was beef, I wouldn't be able to tell that's what it was supposed to be. Regardless though, it's a really good ramen flavor. Don't get me wrong. So, I mean, if you think you want to try like a new ramen and you see this in the store, you should definitely pick it up. It's a good ramen, you know? But if you read the label and see beef flavor, don't expect a whole lot of beef. Even though it's a bit flavorless, the noodle itself, it does have a good texture. It does help add to the character of the ramen. I wouldn't say these noodles are like forgettable, you know? I'll definitely remember this as like a unique type of ramen noodle just for the texture alone as being a bit more rough or like coarse compared to like a Indomie noodle. It definitely doesn't have as much flavor and stuff. Like an Indomie noodle is amazing. It's like buttery, has flavor of its own, in my opinion. I was expecting something different from like the, you know, Cocoa Men that says like flavor, clean and spicy flavor that says like just instant noodle. You know, the Gomtang does, you know, advertise itself as being, you know, a Korean style noodle and being beef flavor, you know, and the beef flavor is like negligible, wouldn't be identifiable unless there was a label on the front. You know, basically I'm getting, you know, like the pepper, the garlic, the green onion, and the salt. So really, you know, don't get me wrong, it's a great ramen. I would say this is like a 3-star ramen, just like I think the Cocoa Men is like a 3-star ramen, the cleanest spicy flavor by Paldo. You know, they're a great ramen company. They have awesome instant noodles that are, you know, for a small cup for a lunch, a self-contained lunch. I mean, personally, this is so basic that I would want to put some like shrimp or something, some egg in it. But, you know, if you're not too worried about that kind of thing, then this is definitely a decent lunch. Even though it's lacking some things that I felt like it advertised itself as being, you know, I still would say it's a great ramen. Pick it up, you know, try it out for yourself. You know, it does have some very good spice mixture. It does have, you know, some decent character to it. Even though the character is a bit more of the conventional type of character of just like your regular like pepper, salt, onion, garlic. I mean, you know, that combination is just like, you know, very commonplace for a reason, you know. It's a very good flavor combination or spice combination, you know. So it's definitely good, don't get me wrong. But I feel like, you know, as far as like something that makes it unique, I mean, it's just not there. So anyways, love you guys. Have a great night. Thanks for watching. Bye.